Hello, happy Saturday. It's time for another
Hey,
coffee chat with your girls. And today we have no agenda. We have nothing we want to tell you about specifically. We just thought it was a good time to get on and shoot the beep. We're going to just talk about what's going on with all of us, share a little bit of insight into our lives. And I was asking the girls, like, what the world is so crazy right now. What are you doing to manage your stress? How are you getting by these days? And like what's something funny that's happened to you and made you laugh? So let's go. Shelly, you just told us that you did something
what
funny
exactly? What
but
happened?
also
Yeah.
not
What exactly
good.
happened with your ankle? So Shelly sends a
Okay. So
message
I
in our
was,
chat group, like she twisted her ankle, so she might need replacing. Can you like? She never
I
told
wish,
us exactly what
How
happened.
did you
So
I wish,
twist your
I wish
ankle?
I had some kind of wonderful, glorious story where I was like, I twisted my ankle running a 42K. No, I twisted my ankle at work doing a TikTok dance. Just a TikTok account at work. It's all new, and I work with some young folks who are trying to, get me to be a little bit more hip on TikTok. So we decided to do this dance, and I had these really crappy flat shoes on, and I literally twisted my ankle doing a dance. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel really
You know
old in
you're
this
old when
moment.
you twist your ankle doing a TikTok dance.
In my old lady flats without my orthotics in them, it's like it's my own fault. But I
how
just had
dare
that.
you?
We've all had that moment where like, I just feel really old right now. That's
Well, you just
what
sounded old when you said your orthotics for your face. I'm just saying.
Just say, just a little. I have to
What
say,
oh,
I'm not
else
wearing
made
my,
you feel old
I'm
this
not there
week?
yet.
it's like, oh
Belly, you just
man,
gave
you
yourself
try. I'm
away.
trying.
Sorry, guys.
Anybody
What am I
else
doing?
have something funny happen this week?
Not as funny as that. No, no
Oh,
twisting of the ankle while doing a TikTok dance. I'm curious of the TikTok dance now. Should
I
we?
had little shakers.
And did
Apparently,
you
I
manage?
shook a little too hard.
Apparently, did you manage to actually record something for your TikTok?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
on there. It's
it's
on
on there.
the
So,
it's
so
on
was it?
United Way's TikTok. So,
Oh, we're gonna have to go take
but
a look now.
oh
I gotta go take a
man,
look. Yeah, I was just gonna do that. Take my phone and
try to be
take a look.
progressive, eh? And it just like fails miserably for me. The video was great, but I was like literally limped away from it.
This is why real world wellness is not on TikTok, because if we go on TikTok, we may injure ourselves. So
Can't teach.
Oh, it's
Then we can't. Then
we'll
we
hilarious.
can't teach.
we'll stick to old lady Facebook and Instagram.
But you know
That's where
what? It's so great to have a laugh, isn't it? Like, because the world is such a heavy place right now.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just, I'm kind of like, not that I'm happy I twisted my ankle, obviously, but it's just, it's nice to be able to have a chuckle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to say that my thing now is like I'm only consuming stuff that makes me laugh and makes me happy, at least for now. Like I'm obviously I have to pay attention to the news. It's actually part of my job to pay attention to the news. But when I'm walking my dog, I can listen to something funny as opposed to something that's educational or informative. Sometimes you just want to laugh, and that's how I'm getting through the craziness right now, is looking for ways to laugh. So it's working. It's making me feel better.
You know what I
Yeah.
think helps too is like setting yourself some limits right now because there's so much coming at us in the news and it's changing every 5 minutes. It's like, okay, I'm going to check in on what's happening in the world once in the morning and once at night, and that's it.
Mhm.
I'm not going to just consume constantly, right? And I'm trying to set some of those limitations for myself so that I don't feel overwhelmed because I was finding myself just reading too much,
Yeah.
right? And telling myself, oh, I'm doing it because I want to be informed. When really, let's face it, it's a dopamine hit when we're doing it, right? So it's like, okay, no, it's morning and noon. And I just find that my headspace is much better since kind of putting those limits on.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
That's
Yeah,
I,
and
awesome.
it's like, the news is all anybody talks about either, right? So
oh my
Yeah.
God.
I changed the
I actually
conversation.
stopped watching the news for a couple of weeks, and I was out for dinner with a couple of women, and they brought something up. I'm like, "Did you hear?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I had no idea what the heck they were talking about, just because I completely shut everything down, and I didn't want to hear it anymore. I didn't want to like listen, and I'm like sitting there going, I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like,
And
it
that's
kind
a
of
good
felt
thing.
good. It was a good thing. It kind of felt good. I didn't engage in the conversation, which is not like me, but and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Stopped listening to the news. I couldn't do it anymore. And I came from my husband who listened to the news 24/7,
Mm.
like 24/7, the TV was on the news. It was like, so for me, when I went the complete opposite. So, but maybe I need to watch
Good.
the news a little more.
It's funny that
Good.
you
You need to
mentioned
shut
that.
it off.
It's
Yeah,
funny that
it's
you
just so negative though. It's just like like it's such a Debbie Downer, my God.
I used to always attribute the news to old people. All
Mm,
old, I swear, I
true.
remember my parents used to be glued to the news all the time. And lately, I've been seeing myself doing the same thing. And there was one day about like 2 weeks ago when it started getting really crazy. I spent a day in front of the news. And I thought by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I was like this. I was
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
newsed out. I
yeah.
was to get out and get some fresh air because it was just so, it was consuming. So
Well,
for
that's my
me,
dad. Like my parents left for Florida this morning, and the first time they're driving down with my aunt and my uncle, and my father has been connected to that news station, and every day he's calling me and he's telling me like, they're turning people away from the board. I'm like, Dad, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be like, just you're an old
yeah.
man. You're fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So that he was like, it was really not letting him enjoy his trip. And I said, can you just go and enjoy yourself? Like, just
Yeah.
stop listening to those news. Like, stop. So I think
It
sometimes we
gets
just
so
need to walk away.
overwhelming, right? And like the reality is your day-to-day life shouldn't be all about that, right? We
No.
need to find those moments of joy, the things that make us happy, the things that are in our control, what's
Bingo.
happening with our families, what's happening, whatever. What are the things that make you happy? I think like when
Yeah.
things are crazy around us, you need to find the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
And that's such a good way of
So
Yeah.
one
definitely.
way I've been controlling so yesterday my daughter bought a house and it's an older house. And clearly these people did not know how to paint because they did paint on top of paint on top of paint. And they took out the baseboards and the paint just stripped, like was just peeling off. So yesterday I went in and I started scraping and all that frustration. So I have to say, thank God for our workouts because last night I was really sore. Today I'm not. So, but like, holy cow, just like scraping paint off it. I came home and then like there was paint chip all over in my bra, in my underwear, like in my hair. There was paint chips everywhere. But man, that's such a good release. Holy cow.
So
Demolition.
for you, it's like nice hard work. For me, it's human connection. For me,
Yeah.
it's getting together with someone, not having discussions about what's going on in the world, just kind of going on with each other's lives. And I was just telling you girls earlier that Joanne and I, from our class, our 9 a.m. class, we went out for lunch this week. And honestly, it felt really nice to be doing a one-on-one with one of the women in our group. Like we see each other virtually and just to have that connection with somebody that I work out with regularly, and we just kind of caught up. So for me, that was a nice little escape from the crazy that was going on, and just having that kind of get to know you lunch was amazing. So I felt great after that. I was like,
Nice.
I feel full, happy. It was wonderful.
That's the great thing about our community though, our real world wellness is that we do connect and the instructors do check in on our members and stuff like that and we get to know each other personally, like we become friends with them.
And people
So
say, I don't like virtual, I want to have connection. I don't think
oh,
people understand
there's
this virtual part. Yes, it's a virtual class, but the connection that we have with, I mean,
yeah,
we speak on a daily basis in our accountability
yeah,
chats with so many. So I feel like that the people are missing the connection that you can actually have with women you're not physically with in a class, but
yeah,
we speak and see each other daily.
yeah,
And
but
it's
and
one way.
yeah,
It's not us talking to our members. We're all talking to each other
Yeah.
and we're all sharing the real stuff that's going on in our lives. So I have to say, like every fitness class I ever went to live in person before I started doing this, it was I walk into a room, the instructor comes in, teaches the class, and leaves.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. And there was no connection. And sometimes I would be like, you're thinking while you're doing a step class or whatever, because your mind wanders as it does. I'm sure everybody else's does too. And I'd be like, huh. I'm like thinking about the instructor, like wondering about their lives and wondering about them. And of course, they weren't sharing anything. And that's so the opposite of us, right? Like we get on every morning with
Oh my
every
God.
day with people, and everybody knows what's going on in my life, sharing everything. I'm yakking away, and I think you guys do the same, right? And vice versa, right? So being online, like actually, I feel like I have way more of a connection to people.
And I love it when our members come in the chat after and they share. It's awesome to share like after the class how you're feeling and all that kind of thing. But it's like Tara will post. I'm a horse gal, so Tara will post pictures from the barn, and I love that connection. And then
Yeah.
she'll
Yeah.
make the link from oh, look what I'm doing, and I'm feeling stronger, so I can do this in my real life, and it makes that connection, and you get to know them and I feel like when I wake up in the morning as an instructor, that I'm not waking up to teach clients.
No.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm waking up to join some girlfriends to work out.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sometimes you go through your to-do list of the day and like going, oh, I've got to do this today. Oh, what? Oh, do you guys? And then you just talk, you're just spewing what's going through your head to these girls and to our ladies, and we're like, oh, I just shared that with you. Okay. And
Was that
like,
too much, and then you're like overthinking, like did I share too much
did I share too
information?
much? And
Is
I
that
never
okay?
sing, and I don't sing in front of people, but I'm in class and I forget, and I just start singing, and I'm like, oh, sorry guys, sorry about that,
Then we
guys.
apologize.
We apologize. Sorry about that.
I
Not
heard
sure if
you
you want to
sing
hear
this
me.
week,
Not sure if you
Kathy.
want to hear me singing, but I got into that one a little bit. It's like,
Well, if it's not singing, it could be grunting. So, it's one or the other.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. So
Every
yeah.
time I want to grunt, I just throw in like my little fitness instructor noises because I want to scream, but instead I do
You've got this.
we're in this together.
Exactly.
One more. You've got this.
Meanwhile, you're like, why did I make this program? I'm dying.
Yeah,
So all I
seriously.
was like, listen, I tell you guys to lift heavier all the time and I'm going to do it too. And it's going to be hard. And by the way, I did not have coffee before my workout. So I'm not fully awake. And sometimes I'm slurring my words because I'm just waking up to work out with people. But it's fully real. We're all
Oh, yeah. Well, our coffee maker broke.
together.
Was it this week? This past week? Yeah, I think it was this past week. The coffee maker broke. So I had to teach a class with no coffee. Like I'm a girl who gets up in the morning. I don't know, it's maybe not the best thing to do, but it's what I do. So I wake up and like the first thing I do is go grab my coffee. I was like,
So you
and I
drink
hate it.
coffee before working out?
I do.
At that?
I
No,
don't.
no, I don't.
I do. I know that's not necessarily a thing,
Oh no,
but
so,
I
and
do.
that's your thing. That's fine. It's just like
Well, I gotta get things going. That's all
not,
I'm gonna say.
not without smooth moves.
Like,
I
what kind of thing?
I love my
Again, I'm a
smooth
little
move
embarrassed.
tea.
Exactly. I'm a little embarrassed that we're going down this road, but what the heck? We jumped in the deep end.
We are
Let's do it.
shooting the
It's like I have to get up early. I have to have my coffee. Been there in the middle of the class, and that is not a fun place to be. Gotta tell you.
That's too funny.
Okay.
Look, I left you all speechless.
No, no. Let's change the subject now. I have to
I
say,
don't have coffee before my workout because I kind of want to save it as the reward for the
Same.
end.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. I like
Yeah.
that.
And it's like, they say you're supposed to drink water first thing. So like
Mhm.
move your body, drink water, and then I have my coffee. That's the work. That's the reward is the coffee, the shower, because Lord knows we need
Oh.
a shower for workouts, coffee and breakfast, and then a shower. And it's like, okay, that's my routine.
Routine
But I
is so
will say
important.
the days that I do, if I teach on a Saturday at 9 a.m. and I've had coffee by that point, because I'm not making it to 9 without a coffee, I'm so much more energetic.
I was just about to
I can
say,
give so much more of myself to my workouts.
like, there is no way I can teach at 9, up at 6, and not have a coffee before class.
No, not at
And
9,
at 2
no.
No.
before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I can't do it at 5, 6. I can't do it.
But I have to say that teaching at 5:15 or 6, no. I'm gonna take that 15 minutes and sleep a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, no.
I get
I'll
up an
make it go
hour
in.
and 15 minutes before class. I have
Are
to.
you nuts?
Yep, I know it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
I have to. Everybody's got their routine, right?
No, no.
For me, it's an hour. If it's a 6 a.m. class, I'll be up at 5, which is fine. But if it's a 5:15 class, 4:30 is the max. So it's a bit more of a rush on those mornings.
Yeah,
That's
I hate it when
an
there's
early
a
and a half.
4.
yeah.
Just
Well,
seeing the 4. You're
I
like,
just wanted
oh.
to say that whenever I have to replace your 5:15 or 6, I'm up at 3 and I just don't
Oh.
sleep. So
Because you know you have to get up.
that's
Yeah.
what your classes, those time zones do to me.
Well, the alarm doesn't go off. I finally
Well-
stopped being paranoid about that when I go to bed at night, like checking the alarm like 5 times to make sure that it's on, because what if the alarm doesn't go off and I don't show up for the girls? So it's
But your
never
mental
not gone
clock will
off.
kick in too, right? I'm sure you guys, I will wake up regardless because my brain will not allow me to sleep too late, knowing that that workout is coming.
Mhm.
My cat that won't allow me to sleep. Just for
Yeah.
the record, if you get a new animal, do not feed them the wet food at 5 in the morning on a regular basis, because they don't know when it's Saturday or Sunday.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't feed my cat wet food in the morning, but she was 6 o'clock. She was coming to poke at me. I'm like, it's Saturday. Leave me alone. So,
But
That's
they're
why
so
6
cute
a.m.
too.
is
are
for me
they?
on.
But I have,
All right,
speaking of
guys.
animals, I had the cutest deer
Oh,
run through my yard and come into my, so
Why?
the deer was lost. We have woods down our road here. He jumped over the fence of he jumped over a couple of fences actually, because there's no other way he could have gone, or she, gone into my front lawn. So I'm in a meeting. I have my desk in my room and it faces my street. And I see this beautiful deer just running through my lawn. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a deer in my front lawn. And everyone in the meeting's like, we're in a meeting, Kathy. Like, hello. Anyways, the 4 cop cars trying to find this, speaking of animals, 4 cop cars trying to get this deer. So I'm not sure what happened because it ended up in somebody's backyard. And it was beautiful. So it was a day, and it's probably looking for like, spring's not here. Where the heck is spring? Why is spring not coming? See, this is what happens. We get on a coffee chat and
The animals.
my
Oh.
grandpuppy
oh my gosh, what a
They-
cutie.
say hello. No, anyway, so that was the highlight of my week. The deer coming through our lawn.
I
Been
got
here
We had
20
massive
turkeys and
turkeys going by
ducks.
our house yesterday. Big turkeys. And I
I
was
saw
like,
Turkey?
that video. That was
Same with us.
hilarious.
crazy big turkeys.
And they're just like
The
roaming
animals
around the
everywhere. They've
neighborhood.
taken over. What's that?
And they're just roaming around your neighborhood.
They're in my backyard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
your area makes sense because you got a lot of woods in your area.
Yeah,
Like where Christina is, it's all residential.
yeah.
Houses. They love us. The turkeys keep
It's
feeding
odd.
them.
Yeah, somebody must be
Gosh.
feeding them.
Maybe my neighborhood is full of turkeys, so they feel like we're there among their own. Maybe that's what it is.
Are you
All
saying
right,
your
well,
neighbors are
let's
turkeys?
wrap it up, guys. We're veering off
Yeah, I
completely.
think so.
So we show up with no agenda, just
That's what
Just
happens.
talking. But
I
it
know
feels
this.
good.
This is our
Who else
chats.
is feeling-
This is so typical of us, though, that we start on one thing, then we get off topic completely. So
That's why we all work so well together, because we all kind of are the same in that way.
a
yeah,
little ADD. That's okay.
it's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, on
Well,
that
have-
note, let's wish everyone a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
And-
See you in class.
See you in
Yeah.
class. Join us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.